Today on Duck and Jew, we are making one of our all-time favorite morning treats, cinnamon rolls. I actually love cinnamon rolls. The first thing we want to do is we've lightly heated 3/4 cup of whole milk.
Specifically, it's about 110 degrees. We didn't temp it, but it's like a little bit hotter than body temperature, but not too hot because you don't want to kill your yeast.
Right.
Now we are adding 2 1/4 teaspoons of quick rise yeast.
It's different from regular yeast, and it just means that you don't have to proof it in the same way. So even though we're adding it to warm liquid and we want it to do its magic, we're not going to let it sit and bubble like we would for regular yeast.
We're going to crack 3 room temperature eggs.
And the reason why it matters at the room temperature is because you don't want to bring down the temperature of the milk too much. Now we are going to put our dry ingredients into the bowl of a stand mixer outfitted with the dough hook. And I did this once at someone's house who didn't have one of these. It's totally fine. You just need to like aggressively knead with your hands and it works.
4 1/2 cups of flour.
This recipe is adapted from an America's Test Kitchen recipe, and they use cornstarch mixed in with the flour because it just adds a certain lightness, almost as if you were using cake flour. But Julie is allergic to corn, my girlfriend's allergic to corn, it's a whole thing. So we're using tapioca, and I made it a bunch of times with tapioca flour, and it actually turns out really well. So you can use either cornstarch or tapioca flour, whatever your preference is.
All right, 1/2 cup of this tapioca, 1/2 cup of just regular old sugar.
1.5 teaspoons of salt.
We have our mixer on low, and we're just gonna pour in our milk, yeast, egg combination in like a steady stream.
So we're letting this combine for about 1 minute. Looks pretty dry still, but
Don't worry.
That's what this is for. So this is 12 tablespoons cut into cubes, and we're just adding 1 piece at a time.
This has been going for about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less. It looks like this, and you can see it's like nice and smooth. It's coming off the side of the wall. It's not sticking anymore. So we're just gonna dump it out and knead it until it gets really nice and smooth and silky looking. So Dakota is kneading the dough, and she's using the heel of her hand to push it forward, and then she's kind of regathering the ball together again and folding it in back on itself.
And I'm just turning it on a quarter turn each time. At this point, it's still kind of like bumpy. I'm not that worried about it, to be honest. I don't think it's ever going to become satiny smooth, and I feel at peace with it. So we've lightly buttered a big bowl, and we're just going to plop it in. Get our oven to 200 degrees. As soon as it turned into 200, we just turned it off, and that's what this is going to go into.
The point is just to create like a nice warm environment for the dough to rise.
So our dough rose in the oven for 2 hours. Ignore the hole that Julie could not help herself from making.
Can't help it. Okay, 2 cups of patch brown sugar.
We're also going to add 1/4 teaspoon of allspice,
2 tablespoons of cinnamon,
so a full teaspoon of salt.
Lightly flouring our surface.
So now we're going to roll it out to an 18 by 18 inch square.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. And remember how we were worried about it not being super silky and smooth? It looks great now. It's a really nice dough. So we have 5 tablespoons of butter that again is soft.
And you really just want to spread it evenly.
This is the best feeling.
We're going to take our cinnamon sugar mixture and spread it all over. You're gonna roll, since this is square, it doesn't really matter. Ours is a little bit more rectangle, but it doesn't matter. You're just gonna start rolling it gently.
Oh my God, this is so satisfying.
I'm so excited.
Holy cow.
So then you wanna pinch the edges so that you're sealing in the goods. We heavily buttered our pan, and that's important. Like really, really butter it. It's not because I'm afraid they're gonna stick, because they totally will. It's because, we saved some of our mixture.
Oh my God, brilliant.
And we're gonna put it in the pan, and then the butter and the mixture is gonna turn into like ooey gooey caramel.
Oh my God.
Yummy. And it's gonna like caramelize on the bottom. So then Julie's going to cut this into 8 pieces. And then,
How cute they are.
oh yeah,
baby.
And you're gonna place it in the pan, and then I just smush it down slightly. Yum. Now we are going to cover it with pasta wrap again. I'm gonna try and reuse the other one. You know, they need to rise for about an hour and they're going to puff up. While our cinnamon rolls are rising in the oven again, we're gonna make the frosting. Maybe room temperature 8 ounces of cream cheese, about 1 3/4 cups of powdered sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of whole milk, but I only have half and half, so what are you gonna do?
Same, same.
So you just whip this up until it's nice and silky. Ooh. Yummy, yummy.
Nice and smooth.
We just pulled these out of the oven. It was at 200 degrees again, and we turned it off. We let them rise for about an hour. So these are going in the oven at 350 for about 35 minutes.
All right, so our cinnamon rolls are out of the oven.
We're just gonna
Oh my
start
God.
with a little.
Oh my God. The bottom, wait, can we just like do a shot of the bottom?
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me? I haven't had a cinnamon roll in a year.
I've had 2 this season.
Oh no. I'm speechless. I can't even put my hands down right now. They're literally stuck like this.
Well, and they're sticky.
Yeah, that too. Okay, more. The caramelization on the bottom is like unparalleled. You like bite through that. It's like gooey, sour, kind of like the cream cheese frosting is like nice and bright and tangy. And then also you get to the bottom and it's like you crunch through this like caramel layer.